don't really know anything, which my impression of her was that she was broke but didn't know anything.
Cool.
Back up. Good girl. They're working her. Doing much better. She'll still have a little temper tantrum once in a while, but it hasn't been anything bad. I'd like her to learn to stand to get on. At this stage with these green horses, I don't back them up or fuss at them really hard to get them to stand at the mounting block. You do that with a green horse, your problem's going to get worse. So what I will do if they walk away, I'm just going to walk these circles until she comes to a stop, and then I'm going to reward her for stopping. Backing them up and fussing at them after they already know to stand is okay. That you should do that. But if you do that before they know, then you're going to create a problem. If you saw the first video of her, she didn't have any go. All she wanted to do was just stand still and buck. And we've been riding her around a good bit. We've ridden her out. She really likes to push cows around. So it's time to go ahead and continue her training a little more. Usually the first thing I do once they're not trying to buck me off anymore is I will start with some leg yields, inside leg, ask the horse to push out, left leg, keep forward, add a little pressure, and she's stopping, listening, and then go forward. Controlling the shoulders is the first thing I'm going to ask for when I first start for progressing training. Let's ask for that again. Tip her nose to the left. Keep going forward. Push, left leg, push, push, push. There we go. Push. All I'm pushing with is my calf and my lower calf. Now let's go the other direction. I need to get some leg cues on her. Get some steering going with my legs. She follows her nose pretty good now. Still hop up a little bit, but it hasn't been bad. It's mostly just been temper tantrum. Now let's add the right leg. Now when I push with my inside leg, I'm timing that push at the same time her front leg on that same side is coming up off the ground. So I'll be pushing with my right leg right behind the girth. You should never push in front of the girth. That's actually a serious penalty if you're showing in any breed association. So I'll push behind the girth. Push, push. A little tighter on this side. Just pushing into my leg a little more on this side. See how we're actually going into the spur. I'm slowing down her forward. Now let's ask for shoulders to the left. Really pushing hard on this side. Let's go back forward again. Let's go forward. Push, push, pushing into my right leg hard. This is the first time I've tried to do this. This is gonna have to be fixed. Now you see how she's looking out and around, not really getting, there we go, there was a step off the right leg. Lots of attention out, not much attention on me. This is what's telling me she needs to be pushed a little harder. Not necessarily physically, but mentally. She's kind of small, so we're not working her physically very hard, but there's a lot that we can do mentally to make her a nice broke horse. Oh, we're not going over there. We're not talking to them. Let's go back this way. So, kind of get her mind in me. I've done several different ways that you can get your horse's mind inside the arena, more on you when they're looking out. Pretty important thing to do. See, even now her ears are still forward. They're not even looking at me. She's still looking out, even with this extra pressure. Don't really want to stand in front of her if I can help it. There we go. Ah, that got her attention. So I get a lot of questions about why do I use a lunge whip and not a flag? And the reason is, back up. Everything that I do with this lunge line or this lunge whip is going to progress. I can take that and progress that to more things that's going to come. Throwing a rope, going around over their head, shooting a gun, swinging things. That all progresses from this. With a bag or a flag, not much of my training will progress past that. You can desensitize them to it. You can use it as a tool to get certain things done, but nothing really builds from it. So that's why I don't use it. Nothing wrong with it. If that's what you want to use, that's fine. Nothing wrong with it. But to me, it's just not a very productive tool. Back up. Good girl. Back up. Good girl. Good girl. All right. Let's go set this over here. Get back on. See if she'll let us pick that up from the saddle. Now I'm standing here for just a few seconds just to encourage her to stand still. Get to the top of the mounting block, immediately get on and immediately go off. Then I'm just encouraging her to keep walking. By taking my time here, I'm encouraging her to stand. I'd like to do it that way without pulling her back or fussing on her if I can help it. There, now she stood better that time. It helped that she had been ridden once, but you just keep encouraging the behavior that you want, discouraging the behavior that you don't want. Walked off forward. I'm not going to just pull her back. I made contact with both sides of her mouth to ask her to stop, but I'm not going to force her to stop. We're just going into our circle. Never going to just pull back on a horse and force a horse to stop. I was going to try to pick that lunge whip up, but it looks like I need to do some more preparatory work before we get there. So I'm not forcing her to stop. I'm just swinging my rein around. When she gets stopped, I will quit. Seems like most of the time they stop facing away from the camera. And the last time when I was working on shooting off of a horse, somebody asked the question, why don't I teach them to shoot standing still. And the reason for that is, if they're standing still and they have a reaction, that reaction is all them because I'm standing still. Where if we're walking, let's walk. Where if we are walking, then I am being the leader, the horse is being led, shoot the gun, and in that situation, I am the leader. My reaction didn't change. We're still walking, so that encourages no reaction from the horse. We're not going to go chase the cat, maybe a little while. So that encourages the horse to look to me for that leadership, what to do about that scary noise. So just like I was just swinging this around, when the horse's feet got still, I stopped. You want to go move the cat? Let's go around this side. I'm going to do it basically the same way with shooting, where I am going to be the leader. Where I'm going to be the leader, and we will do it from walking to start with. That way I can be the leader. She worries about this. I can keep steering her into a circle. When her feet get still, then I'll reward. So anyway, this is a look at Shelby. So you can see kind of where she's at. And we have chased cows with her, and we need to get some more saddle time on her. And I'll be posting more videos of her. I'll have a playlist up here on YouTube. And if you have a horse that you want to talk to me about getting it in for training, maybe a horse like Shelby that's green, or maybe a horse with some issues that needs to be fixed, shoot me a message and we'll talk about it. Until next time, thank you for watching.